Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, if you want to be free from your inner struggle and pain, free from the inner conflict and fear, then you got to prioritize your time to be free. Just like you prioritize your time to invite support in your life from the outside world, same way you have to prioritize to be part of the inward journey. Inward journey is the way to end this inner struggle, to end the mental fluctuation, basically ending the fear in life. Even you recognize that truth is within you. You are the consciousness. You are the truth. But right now, hearing all these ideas meaning, it's just an ideas, isn't it? And ideas are not freedom. If ideas are freedom, then everybody should be free in life, free from their fear, free from the struggle. But that's not true. Idea, even the experience, are not true when it comes to inner freedom. Ideas don't change life until we work on ourselves. So, freedom is not cheap right now. Why? Because the spiritual freedom is not cheap because life is already conditioned. We have gone through so much experience in the world, the physical experience, and the physical experience have left a residue in us as an ideas, as memories, and we are ingrained in that. We are ingrained in duality, dual perception, the likes and dislikes, the preference. We listen to the preference. We have the preference, we listen to the preference, and our now, the present moment, is unfolding from the past. When we are listening to the past and living in the moment, it might work in the relative world, in the functioning world, to make the connection. But when it comes to true freedom, the preference or the duality must be dismantled. Because the true freedom is not duality. True freedom, spiritual enlightenment, is about going beyond the duality. So we got to go, past the duality. And how do we do that? Is examining the duality. Our mind is the duality, the yes and no world. So one must need to investigate or examine one's own mind, one's own attachment to the mind, or identification with the mind. Right now, everybody is identified with the mind, upgraded mind. Upgraded mind is there because of the experience. The upgraded mind is there, or we have the upgraded mind or seeking further upgrade because the world is influencing us to get to that upgraded mind, further upgrades. And that's the trend, isn't it? That's the flow. Again, yes, you can do all these things, moving towards upgraded mind, when you are clear what the upgraded mind or experience are. If you don't know what they are, then it's easy to get lost in it. Upgraded mind, upgraded experience, the seeking that already comes from the place of emotional entanglement, the mental construction. And again, all mental construction is the past. And freedom is the now. And we can only totally give ourselves to the now when we understand the nature of the mind, when we understand our identification with the mind, when we understand our emotional uh, fluctuations. So the conditioning, the ingrained conditioning is already present. And because of that, we need to prioritize time to understand that. Freedom is not cheap. Just like the outer freedom is not cheap because you have to work, you got to put your effort in the world, isn't it? Notice how much you're putting effort to just to just to support yourself. Some of you are putting tremendous effort to get enough, isn't it? Not even a lot, just enough. You got to put effort. So the physical world is effort. Spiritual, to recognize the truth, to enlighten oneself to the truth, it's effort too. So true freedom is not an idea, it's not a belief, it's not even experience, it's not a it's not a mystical experience. Truth, the true freedom is about seeing the plain sight truth. Plain sight truth is no mind. And to get to the no mind, one must empty oneself. To empty oneself, examining the mind, to understand the mind, how the mind comes into existence and how the mind becomes real, how we identify ourselves with the mind and attach to the mind, that journey makes us let go the mind. Otherwise, if that self-inquiry is missing, then tendency is to fail to be free from the fear, to end the struggle in life. Right now, notice some of you haven't incorporated the self-inquiry, isn't it? Self-inquiry means questioning oneself. Do you question yourself? Why the struggle is there in your life? Why the fear is present in your life? Do you question yourself? Most of the time, we question the world. We question to find the answer in the world. And that is again relative world, relative freedom. Questioning oneself, why we are attached to anything, why we have fear, why am I going through this emotional fluctuation? Questioning oneself and being open, being vulnerable to go through this inward journey to figure out the root cause of the suffering and ending the root is freedom, is true freedom, spiritual freedom, it's enlightenment. But notice, again, we seldom question. If we question and create an inward journey, then we go going only halfway back, isn't it? We question in a way to figure out the root cause of the suffering. And once you figure out the root cause of the suffering, then we're planting the new seed, new idea, new belief, adding new meaning in life, And then with that new meaning, we are moving outward again. We're never eliminating the root altogether. And that's the reason to fail. Therapy, if you are associated with therapy, therapy is exactly that, figuring out the root cause of the suffering, figuring out the root cause of the conflict. And then after that, you're placing the meaning behind your life, planting the new positive seed, and then moving with that. That's why if you seek therapy, you are continuously seeking therapy, and that therapy work is making you dependent on the other human being. You're forgetting you have the power to eliminate the struggle in your life, to eliminate the pain, fear in your life. Spiritual freedom, fine. The therapy work, makes you go backward. That's still better than nothing. But at some point, you got to take things in your own hand. You have to prioritize yourself to, okay, you know, I want to do it. I want to be free. And, you have the power of awareness. You just have to utilize it. When you become dependent on another human being, dependent on the world, that itself becomes a habit of taking shortcut in life. And that is already there. The ego self never want to be thorough. Thorough means the death of the ego. And not to die, the ego self always, create a shortcut just to maintain that the kingdom of illusion. So, if you want to be free, truly be free, then you got to prioritize your time in the inward journey, in questioning yourself. That means you're tracing back your struggle all the way back to figure out the root cause of the struggle. And after seeing the root, then you have to dismantle the root all the way until nothing is left. That's the spiritual journey. Witness yourself, trace your mind backward, and your thoroughness makes you see the truth. And the final click will happen when you ask yourself, who am I? When you ask, who am I? And if you are thorough, the who am I clicks. That's where you see that the ego cannot comprehend the truth. And that's where the ego gives up. And the spiritual journey is about death of the ego, accepting the reality as it is. That's the journey. So, another positive byproduct of being part of the spiritual of the self-inquiry is that once you start to work on yourself, questioning yourself, then that questioning also makes your life simple. And when the life starts to move in simple way, then you have more time. You can invest more time to yourself, and simplicity becomes kind of ally. So, freedom, your true nature is freedom. You are the truth, you are the consciousness. But right now, if you are the truth, you are the consciousness, is just an idea, and you want to move from that idea and make yourself see the true reality, then you must work. You must work. You must prioritize in your inward journey. And by the way, you can also move in a parallel way in the beginning. You don't have to, when you start to get interested in the spirituality, you don't have to resent the world. You don't have to do that. That resentment itself is a sign of ego too. So you live your life, you continue a certain routine to support yourself from the world, to have certain stability in your life. But at the same time, when you have a time, self inquiry, question yourself. That leads you to experience the true freedom. Okay, that's all in this video. Hope the video makes sense. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.